Hello, welcome to the Learn English Lab. Today, we're diving deep into something that's really getting a lot of attention. The power of minimalism for well-being.
Right. How intentionally simplifying our lives, what we own, what we do, can genuinely boost how we feel.
Yeah, it's so easy to feel weighed down by just everything, isn't it? Possessions, notifications, endless commitments. So our exploration today is really about uncovering the mental and emotional advantages you can gain by, embracing a more minimalist path.
And looking at what minimalism really is. It's more than just decluttering, right?
Absolutely. It's a whole philosophy, really, focusing on what genuinely matters.
It's interesting how it feels like such a direct response to, modern life. We're living in this era of, frankly, excess. Constant digital pings, homes sometimes overflowing, packed schedules.
Totally. And this overload, it has real consequences. It takes a toll. I mean, reports show a huge number of adults feel chronic stress from information overload, money pressures, even just decision fatigue.
Yeah, just think about the number of ads you see daily, or how much stuff the average person accumulates. It's kind of staggering.
But minimalism itself isn't brand new, is it? The core ideas have deep roots.
Not at all. It draws inspiration from, ancient wisdom, like the Stoics, focusing on self-control, or Buddhist ideas about detachment, even something like shaker design, that simplicity has a long history. So minimalism is really a way to consciously curate your life, to cut out the noise and focus on what brings joy and meaning.
And that's the key point, I think. It's not about having less just for the sake of it.
No, not deprivation.
Right. It's about the liberation you feel, that freedom that comes from creating mental and emotional breathing room.
Exactly. Getting rid of the burden of too much.
So how does this actually work? How does cutting back affect us?
Well, the research is pretty compelling. There's a clear link between our physical environment and our mental state. Studies consistently show this connection between clutter and, how stressed we feel.
Right. I remember seeing a UCLA study. It found cluttered homes correlated with higher cortisol levels, the stress hormone, especially noticeable in women.
Yeah, it shows how our surroundings directly impact our physiology.
And it's not just physical stuff, is it?
No, not at all. Visual clutter itself strains our brains. It's like we're constantly trying to process too much information. That makes it hard to focus and can definitely increase anxiety.
And then there's digital clutter. Constant notifications, overflowing inbox.
Oh, absolutely. That fragments our attention like nothing else.
And there's science on that too, right? That excessive digital input can actually reduce our working memory.
That's right. It basically overwhelms our mental processing power. So minimalism offers a kind of antidote to this overload. Research suggests people in more minimalist spaces report lower stress and better focus compared to cluttered ones.
That makes sense.
Reducing that constant stimulation just allows our brains to function more effectively. It fosters calm, clarity.
Okay, let's dig into some specific mental benefits then. One big one seems to be easing decision fatigue.
Definitely. We make thousands of decisions every day, many tiny ones, and they all drain our mental energy. Minimalism cuts down the sheer number of choices we face.
Even small changes can have a big impact here, right?
For sure. Think about the capsule wardrobe idea.
Okay.
Someone intentionally limits their clothing options. That daily what-to-wear struggle, gone. And that frees up significant mental energy for other things.
Yeah, like that example of Mark, the software engineer in London. He felt drained just picking clothes from a packed closet. Switching to a capsule wardrobe apparently made his mornings smoother, and he even felt more productive at work.
Right. You can picture his place, calm, minimalist bedroom, just essential clothes. A stark contrast.
And building on that, minimalist spaces seem to boost focus and productivity directly.
They do. Fewer distractions means deepened concentration. Research supports this. People often work more efficiently in simpler environments.
Like Aisha, the writer in Cape Town. Her cluttered home office was hindering her work. Once she embraced minimalism, kept only essentials on her desk, her writing output apparently shot up.
You can imagine her space now. Clean desk, maybe overlooking a garden. Just the tools she needs. That clarity reflects in the work.
It makes you think about our internal state too. Does minimalism foster mindfulness?
I think it does. By consciously choosing what stays possessions, commitments, you become more present. That intentional curation naturally leads to more awareness, which is core to mindfulness.
Right. Like Elena, the teacher in Madrid who felt consumed by social media.
Yeah.
She did a digital detox, less screen time, fewer apps, and she felt more connected to the real world, more present in her daily life.
You can picture her evenings, maybe reading a book, time with your kids, free from that constant digital pull.
And one more mental benefit, reducing anxiety through control.
Yes, that's a powerful one. Taking charge of your environment, simplifying it, can really lessen feelings of helplessness. When things feel chaotic externally, getting a handle on your immediate space can ground you. Research even shows decluttering can lower anxiety symptoms.
Like Hiroshi, the architect in Tokyo, his cramped, cluttered apartment mirrored his mental state. Decluttering gave him a sense of agency over his anxiety. He even started meditating daily in his now tidy space and felt much calmer.
That sense of control is huge. A peaceful home reflecting a more peaceful mind.
Okay, so we've covered the mental side. What about the emotional benefits? They seem just as significant.
Absolutely. Minimalism deeply impacts our emotional well-being. It often starts with cultivating gratitude and contentment.
That's interesting. How does less stuff lead to more gratitude?
Well, our culture often pushes us to want more. Minimalism shifts the focus. Instead of looking at what you lack, you start appreciating what you have.
Right. It breaks that cycle of consumerism-fueled dissatisfaction.
Exactly. Research links minimalist practices to increased feelings of gratitude and life satisfaction.
Like Priya, the nurse in Mumbai, she chased material things but felt unfulfilled. Downsizing and embracing minimalism helped her find joy in simple things, walks, family time, contentment, really.
You imagine her home, maybe modest, but filled with warmth, the feeling of enough.
And it affects relationships too, doesn't it? Not just our relationship with stuff.
For sure. By cutting back on superficial commitments, you free up time and energy for the people who truly matter.
Makes sense.
Studies actually show simplifying social circles can lead to deeper, more satisfying relationships.
Like James, the accountant in Sydney who was overcommitted with networking.
Taking a toll on family.
Yeah, he realized he was neglecting them. Prioritizing family time, cutting back elsewhere, really strengthened those bonds.
You picture their family dinner, uncluttered room, real connection happening.
And what about emotional resilience? How does minimalism help there?
It encourages detachment from possessions, sure, but also maybe from grudges or unrealistic expectations. This aligns with therapeutic ideas about acceptance and letting go. It can make you more adaptable to life's ups and downs.
So it builds that bounce back ability.
Research suggests it can, yes. Increases our capacity to cope with challenges.
Think about Li Wei, the entrepreneur in Beijing. Material success, but total burnout.
Right.
A health scare forced him to simplify. He let go of some business pressures, found peace in running a small bookstore, detaching from ego, finding contentment.
That bookstore sounds like a reflection of his inner shift. Calm, simple.
And sometimes letting go is about healing from the past, isn't it?
Definitely. Releasing things tied to painful memories can be incredibly liberating. Holding on to reminders can keep you stuck. Decluttering sentimental items linked to distress can genuinely help you move forward.
Like Maria, the teacher in Sao Paulo, holding on to mementos from a past relationship.
Kept her tied to the pain.
Exactly. Letting go of most of those items was hard, but it brought a huge sense of emotional release. A fresh start.
You imagine her apartment now bright, minimal, symbolizing that new beginning.
It's fascinating how this isn't a one-size-fits-all thing, though. Minimalism looks different around the world.
Absolutely. It adapts to cultural values, economic realities. Take Japan, for instance.
Yeah.
It's deeply connected to Zen Buddhism and wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi. That's finding beauty in imperfection.
Right, and natural cycles. So Japanese minimalism often involves natural materials, uncluttered spaces, mindfulness. It fosters calm.
Like Yumi, the artist in Kyoto. Her traditional home embodies the simple, natural elements, fostering tranquility for her art.
You can picture her mashiya, maybe opening onto a garden, peaceful,
Then contrast that with, say, Scandinavian minimalism.
which blends function with hygge, that cozy contentment feeling.
Right. So practical, high-quality items, but still creating warmth, not stark.
Exactly. Think of Lars in Copenhagen. He decluttered but focused on quality pieces that made his apartment feel cozy and calm, not just empty. Pale wood, soft light, that hygge vibe.
And in other parts of the world, minimalism might come from necessity, but evolve into something intentional.
For sure. In some developing nations, it might start with having less, but it becomes focused on resourcefulness, community, experiences over stuff.
Like Amina in rural Kenya. Her simple home might be circumstance, but her focus is on community, gratitude. Richness isn't about possessions.
It really shows that the core principle intentionality applies everywhere.
So for you listening, if this is resonating, how do you actually start? It can feel overwhelming.
It can, but the good news is it's accessible. You don't need to do it all at once.
Start small, right?
Right.
Maybe one drawer, one shelf.
Exactly. The 90-90 rule can be helpful. Haven't used it in 90 days, won't need it in the next 90. Maybe let it go.
Good rule. And what about our schedules?
Same principle. Curate your time. Look at your commitments. Are they all essential? Can you cut back to make space for rest or things you value more?
And digital minimalism, that feels crucial today.
Absolutely. Unsubscribe from emails you never read. Limit social media scrolling. Set boundaries around screens.
It also helps to reflect on your core values, doesn't it?
Definitely. What truly matters to you. Health, family, creativity.
Yeah.
Then align your stuff and your time with those values.
Maybe try a challenge, like a no-spend month.
Yeah, or a 30-day declutter challenge. Those can provide structure and build momentum.
And crucially, adapt it to your own life, right? Your circumstances, your culture. No single right way.
Precisely. It's a personal journey.
Now, we should touch on some criticisms or misconceptions. Some say minimalism is elitist.
You hear that sometimes.
Yeah.
But stories like Amina's show it's about intentionality, which applies regardless of income. It's not just for the wealthy.
And the emotional attachment thing is real. Letting go of sentimental items is hard.
It is. It takes patience, self-compassion. It's okay if it's a slow process.
And the biggest misconception might be that it means owning nothing, living in a white box.
Right. It's not about deprivation or sterility. It's about consciously curating what serves you and aligns with your values. That looks different for everyone.
Okay, let's circle back specifically to mental health conditions. Research seems to be showing real benefits here.
Yes, increasingly so. For anxiety and depression, studies are indicating symptom reduction with minimalist approaches. And for ADHD, simplifying the environment can significantly reduce sensory overload and improve focus.
Like Samira, the student with ADHD in Toronto, her minimalist dorm room became a focused sanctuary.
Exactly. It helped her grades, reduced that feeling of being constantly overwhelmed. Just having the essentials made a difference.
And this applies across different life stages too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The benefits are relevant throughout life.
For students like Rahul in Bangalore facing academic pressure.
A decluttered study space can mean better focus, less stress, removing those distractions.
And for parents, juggling work and family.
Simplifying possessions like toys and simplifying schedules can create more quality time, less chaos.
Yeah.
Like Fatima in Cairo finding more balance.
That makes sense. More connection, less running around.
And even for retirees, maybe navigating identity shifts.
Like Margaret in Chicago.
Right. Letting go of decades of accumulated stuff can be freeing. Downsizing helped her find new purpose, embrace the present.
So it really seems minimalism is much more than just a trend.
It really is. It's a powerful, adaptable philosophy with deep implications for your mental and emotional well-being.
From easing daily stress and decision fatigue to fostering deeper connections and gratitude.
The principles of intentional simplicity offer a compelling path forward in our complex world.
And we've seen how it works across different cultures, different life stages.
Yeah, it really seems that journey of choosing less. Well, it leads to a life with more of what actually matters to you. If this deep dive has resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more explorations into topics that can enrich your life.